And we're live.
Hey guys, we're live. We're getting ready for another episode of Life in the Smokies with Laura. And we've got some more exciting guests coming up. You don't want to miss it. Remember to like it and share it and comment and tell everybody else to share it and like it and comment and send us all those sweet little hearts and all those cute little smiley faces and all those thumbs ups and give us your comments. You don't want to miss any of the shows because we got some exciting stuff coming up, guys. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. Check out Bass Militia's great apparel. The Bass Militia Fishing Team is a brotherhood of fishermen, helping out each other and helping to raise money for veterans and military personnel. So be a part of the Bass Militia Fishing Team. Go to www.bassmilitia.com and be a part of a great team. You can also find them on Facebook. Bass Militia is a proud sponsor of Life in the Smokies with Laura. Thanks, Bass Militia. Hey guys, welcome to Life in the Smokies with Laura, and I'm Laura. And today we have Miss Janice on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
Guys, don't forget to listen to all of our other shows as well, because we've got other shows streaming. We've got one upstairs going on today also called Our Town, Sevierville. And we've just got some amazing stuff going on in the studio, all kinds of stuff. 3 different things happening in this studio all the time. So you don't want to miss out on any of those because there's some great people all the time in the studio. So, and I also want to thank Bass Militia for sponsoring my show. Thanks so much, Bass Militia. You rock. So, Miss Janice, you are a storyteller. And so how did you get started doing storytelling?
It started with my husband, who's a native Tennessean, and where I work, he used to come in and tell me all these wild stories, and we started dating and all of that fun stuff. And I was trying to write down his stories, but it's hard because storytelling is a physical thing that you watch people's hands, you watch their eyes. Writing it down was terrible. So I went to this writing class, and it was led by a lady named Faye Burke, who lives in Gatlinburg to this very day. And I tried to explain to her what I was trying to do, and she said, "Why don't you just become a storyteller?" And I said, "What's that?" And my life has never been the same since. We've been members of the Jonesboro Storytelling Guild. We've done the National Storytelling Festival. We travel all over. And we got invited in 1986 to go to the Smokies, to Cades Cove. And there were other people there who were also telling stories of Mary Peterson, Charles Maynard. And we decided to get together and kind of form a loose organization. And it was really helpful because if we got a call and we were already booked, somebody else could take it over and the place would not ever be left empty, you know? But we had such a good time out there by Cable Mill. There's a ring of trees, and you just stand up in the middle of them and start talking, and people start coming by to listen. And we were telling stories of the old times and how it used to be, and stories of, they were traditional, like jacktails. And we just got together and we formed a nonprofit corporation through the state of Tennessee, and that's been since 1994. So we do what we do as long as we can do it. And it's just been great fun, wonderful people. And we aren't based anywhere. We don't have a building. We don't have a focus. And if you want to reach us, we have a website, and that's SmokyMountainTellers.org. and you can get in touch with us because we tell such diverse stories. Everything from little kids' stories and senior citizen stories, and people from all over the world are coming here to hear stories. So we do that a lot. We have just a diversity of people. Like Kathleen tells fairy tales. She's also telling, I think it's the Odyssey, you know, Homer, and she's telling that, and she has been appointed by a college nearby and has gotten awards for that. We do a lot of ghost stories. I love ghost stories.
I do too.
Because there's a lot of strange things that happen in the Smokies. Some say it's the people, because there's a lot of Native Americans and a lot of Scots-Irish, and you know, we have the seers and the feelers, and I said my husband was descended from a druid and a shaman, and so he had a lot of that where you get the senses. So you see things that other people don't. You hear things that other people don't hear. But if you don't tell your story, they're not going to hear it or understand it or see that if they're seeing and hearing things, it's normal.
Yeah.
You know, a percentage of the whole world has things that happen to them. So we share those stories, and I know where I know where the bodies are buried, and we get to tell them. A couple of our members were telling the ghost stories in Gatlinburg for quite a while, so they're very well versed in that. We have a couple of programs coming up in May. We're going to be at Wilderness Wildlife Week, and that's Tall Tales from the Smokies. That's where you tell a story, and then you stretch it, and you make it bigger and more outlandish, and you laugh and have such a good time. And Susan's one of our members, and she was in Texas, and they gave her an award for being the second biggest liar in the universe. Yeah.
That is great.
And she can tell some. Wow.
How amazing would that be to have that kind of an award?
Oh yeah, it's nice once it's up on her mantle, you know.
That's great. I mean, why not?
Well, one of the things about storytelling is a storyteller, when they get started, they have to know the difference between truth and a lie.
Yeah.
Now, every story has got a little piece of the truth in it. But then there's some that kind of get embroidered,
Yeah.
or embellished, and outright ridiculous.
My daughter probably could win that award one day. She's pretty good. She makes up some outlandish things.
Yeah, see, it's imagination. If you tell them stories and they're making the videos in their head, they'll be the creative people.
Yeah.
They'll be the people who make things happen, that do things. And it's such a gift to have that video going on in your head where you don't have to be told every single detail. You know, like you can start a story about, well, I went over my grandmother's house, and she was always so fun to see, because she'd come to the door and she'd creak that door open, and she'd hold out her arms and hug me, and it was just like being hugged at Angel Wings. And I was wanting to be more like her, and I was trying so hard. She had long, wavy, beautiful red hair, and I didn't get that. She had a wonderful sense of humor, and she could bake. Oh my, she could bake. She signed her apple pies with a big A. You know, everybody loved her pies. And I was just feeling so sorry for myself. Then one day I was fixing to go out, and I looked in the mirror. I was combing my hair. I got the best part. I got her angel wings. And every grown woman knows this problem. You've got angel wings, use them, honey. Hug people. So, yeah, stories hit a lot of nerves, but you're making up in your mind what your grandma's house is like.
Yeah.
You're thinking about, different places you've been. You know your grandma,
Yeah.
and it touches people.
Yeah.
And they make it up in their head, what house was that, But there's so many different things that we can tell stories about. And it's so important that we tell the stories and share them with our families. It's called politely oral history.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't tell the stories about your grandma, who's gonna?
Yeah.
Who's gonna tell about, them coming across from Europe? Who's gonna tell those stories? And if you don't share them, it's like cutting off grandma. You've got to do it. It's really important. And the older you get, more important it is. And I used to go around interviewing all these old people. And then I decided I am one, so I might as well tell my story. So it's great fun, wonderful people. There's, I think in our group there's 2 PhDs.
Oh, wow.
And about 100 years worth of teaching school.
Wow.
2 preachers. And a couple of people I'm not real sure about.
I bet you get some great stories between the mix of you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this summer, our group is going to have an open picnic. We're going to have our regular scheduled meeting is going to be a picnic. And we would like people who are interested in being storytellers to come and talk with us and tell us, because it's in so many professions.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers need to know how to do it, structure it so it's
right.
accepted. Anybody that's in the public speaking needs to know how to do it to make it where people understand it and they get it, and it's not a long rambling thing going on. Preachers, some of the best preachers are storytellers.
I
Or
bet.
I'm not sure if that means best storytellers are preachers. We got a really lot of material to work with.
Right.
And I'm kind of a history buff about Sevier County because I'm from upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you didn't notice my accent.
Just a tiny bit, but
Just
not really.
a tiny bit. Well, it's something I was given when I left home. All the people that loved me and raised me taught me how to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't even know I was given this gift. Everybody that tells me says, "Do you know you have an accent?" And I can say, it was a gift. My family gave it to me. Because I had Mary Peterson, she's a teacher over in Maryville, a forensic speech teacher, and she tried to teach me how to speak the local dialect correctly. Bless her heart. She said, "Jan, honey, when you was being raised up, your mouth didn't get the muscles it needed to talk right." Thank you, Mary. So that's pretty much when I gave up really trying to say the local stories the way a local person would tell them.
That's like trying to take the Southern out of this. It just ain't
It
happening.
ain't gonna happen. It won't go away, no
Yeah.
matter how hard you try.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, I'm glad you did. And give us a call. You can see us right here.
Definitely. All right. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to tune in to the next episode of Life in the Smokies with Laura and some of our other amazing shows as well. And guys, remember to climb that mountain and have fun in life. Bye. Check out Bass Militia's great apparel. The Bass Militia Fishing Team is a brotherhood of fishermen, helping out each other and helping to raise money for veterans and military personnel. So be a part of the Bass Militia Fishing Team. Go to www.bassmilitia.com and be a part of a great team. You can also find them on Facebook. Bass Militia is a proud sponsor of Life in the Smokies with Laura. Thanks, Bass Militia!